What's up, folks? Flood Mom 14, and we're having a great day today. We are back with some illogical chess, move by me. On chess.com, how high are we rated? Or should I say, how low are we rated, right? That's the more accurate adjective. We're somewhere around
Where are the hardest arenas to play? The altitude in Denver is no joke.
Playing in Denver.
This, yeah, because I was going to go to I'm live streaming. You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. You know what? Anyway, you gotta learn to chill, bruh. This stream is brought to you by Sprite. You gotta learn to chill, bro. Hey, Jaden, you wanna take a little burrito break or something? Hashtag not sponsored. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's the stuff. Mm-hmm. Refreshing. Isn't that a Jim Carrey? Like, you know what I'm saying? like, like I've watched a lot of. Yeah, Jim Carrey's probably my favorite. Well, okay, anything before, like, you know the movie Yes Man? That's funny, by the way. But anything like Yes Man or before, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, that's pretty good. There's some later stuff and stuff he's doing now that I'm just like, okay, I'm not really sure I agree with, but yeah, yeah, Yes Man, pretty funny movie. I recommend it. I recommend. I mean, as long as you don't take things too seriously, yeah. I mean, Yes Man is a pretty funny movie, I have to say. Um. Anyway, let's go here to chess.com. Let's go to Streamlabs. Yeah, I've got some stuff to do. Today I may also do a bit of a maintenance day. And by maintenance, let me I'm a professional streamer. We've never been professional in this channel, let's be real. Anyway. Oh, right. Today we're going to do BTS Serenity Wheeler Run. So what that means, chat, is I have some homework due, aka so I need to get Serenity Wheeler Run to Tim by soon, basically. Very, very soon. ASAP. If you catch my drift. So, we may play a longer chess format just so I can focus on the Xbox. That's the main thing. And again, the video will be like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. So, bear with me. In other news, tonight is right. We're going there tonight, and yeah, should be a good night. Yeah, I think some good things are gonna happen today. So, that's pretty good. So I need to add the source. No, actually, 1510 should be okay. I like 1510 quite a lot with the increment because you actually have way more time than you think, actually. So, yeah, let's get some background music going here, by the way. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. Oh, is my mic muted? That's I got 13 thoughts going through my head all at once. Yeah, let me check some things here. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, because Flood, like, dude, lately I've been doing really good here, Vegeta. You know what I mean? And Vegeta's back in my chat. Appreciate you, Veggie. But yeah, dude, like lately I've been doing really, really good. And you remember that one stream, Vegeta, where I went like 3, 4 hours? Like it was a Civ 3 stream too. Like I remember, bro. And like, hey, dog. Like I went. Okay, so the stream was 4 hours, right? But basically, only the last 30 minutes the mic was unmuted. That's bad. That's really. I mean, but the gameplay was still there. So if you were just only there for the gameplay, and you know what's funny about that stream, right? And that's the other thing. I wasn't looking at chat. Well, like I was, but I wasn't checking. You know how I'd be like, oh, let's check on some chatteroonie. That's one of my famous like lines. But basically, I like did it way less than I normally do. And here's the problem: I was checking on chatteroonie, like the Twitch chat, the live, the normal. Thinking about. Here's the problem on that stream. I wasn't checking the mod chat. And like, bro, Vegeta and Tim, like they could tell you, like if I just pull up the mod chat logs from that stream, they're like yelling, like how people type in all caps to yell. They're yelling, muted, 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 unmute, unmute. But and they are like at one point Tim is like flooding not only the chat, he's flooding my phone, he's flooding my email. At one point when I unmute the mic, I'm like, man, why is my phone dinging off with all these messages? Because my phone goes ding, 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 like all I'm sure you guys have had that happen before, right? Where you're like unconnected to the Wi-Fi, and then suddenly you're reconnected to the Wi-Fi, and your phone is just like ba-ding, 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 ba-ding. And basically, what had happened was somehow, this is an incredibly funny story. Somehow the phone also got, which connects to the Wi-Fi and therefore the texts and therefore like Facebook and other. Because Tim was texting me through Facebook, through phone, he was trying everything, man. But because dude, I know dude IRL and like he has my number and like I noticed. Long story short, I think I had 57 missed calls from Tim. And my phone was obviously on the phone was on silent, so that part makes sense, right? Okay, and then let me delete the webcam. This is a funny story, by the way. And then just so many funny things about that stream. And then I noticed on Facebook I had like I don't know, like 174 missed notifications all in a row, and that's why my phone like. And what had happened was like as soon as I unmuted my mic, like literally somehow the Wi-Fi in the house. Oh, because there were severe storms that night. So like somehow like I was able to stream, but I had to like almost like usually I had to manually go into my phone, that phone that I'm thinking about at the time, because it was kind of on the fritz, and I had to like manually reconnect it to the Wi-Fi. Anyway, to keep the story going, like basically, yeah, you get all those texts in a row, and it's just like ba-ding, 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 ba-ding. And like, dude, you could just tell, like, okay, basically everything that could go wrong would go wrong that stream. You know what I mean? It was one of those kind of thing, but it was funny. It was funny. Like, and what was funny is also the majority of comments like in Twitch were just like, can't hear you. And I was dual streaming too. That's the other thing. I was dual streaming on YouTube, but again, here's the chats I wasn't checking. I wasn't checking the YouTube chat, which is bad. But I was like locked in, you know what I mean? I was locked into the game, so that's kind of a good thing. But I wasn't checking YouTube. I wasn't checking mod chat. That's the big one. Because like, because Vegeta and Tim were really on me, like, bro, you're muted. What are you doing? Oh my goodness, yeah. So yeah, that's the big one. And I wasn't checking. Yeah, and like YouTube, like I checked the YouTube chat. Like I scrolled up after the stream, and they're like comments just from like random people I've never. I had the most YouTube interaction that stream. Maybe I should stream more muted because like I went to the YouTube and scrolled up and like every comment's like, and we had like what was weird is I had like 12 unique comments that stream, which is very rare, and the views were actually pretty high. But for Civ 3, which I don't know why, maybe Suede or somebody was recently. Anyway, the majority of the comments were muted, 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 just muted, mute, mute. We can't hear you. Enter, So that was one of the most funny like fail streams I've ever had, and yeah, I mean fail content can be funny content. So yeah, that was a big mistake. That whole stream, like I said, it was about like a 5 hour stream, and basically only the last 30 minutes, I was unmuted, everything was perfect, yada yada yada. But you know what's funny about that stream? Because I looked at the algorithm and the I looked at some stats later on in the stream. What's funny, guys, what's really, really funny, well, maybe ironic. Well, it's basically funny. What's funny about that stream, right, is that as soon as I unmuted the mic, the views started to drop. Well, not like you know what I mean. Like a couple people were just like, "Oh, hey, we can hear you." They confirmed, like especially on YouTube chat, it's just like, "Oh, fixed, like fixed, we can hear you." Again, I didn't pay attention to YouTube chat the whole stream, but at one point in that YouTube stream, where we failed. Uh, there were like 17 people in the chat, and that's bad. That's really bad on me as a streamer. Like just not to interact, not to notice, not to check on Chatteroni, not to check mod chat. That was a big one. That was a big one. I mean, Vegeta was keeping contact with the chat, but like, yeah, that was really bad. But like, yeah, basically the funny thing, and I don't know if it's irony or maybe maybe people were just there for the to try to help. But as soon like not long, okay, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes after I finally unmuted, like people started like leaving the stream, and maybe they all had to go work on something, but like, or maybe people find my voice annoying. I, that's possible. That's perfectly, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. So yeah, it was strange, but basically as soon as I unmuted, like the views started dropping, and that's both on Twitch and Facebook. For Twitch, Facebook, both on Twitch and YouTube. Like the views, I mean, like again, Twitch we're not that popular, so like the views went from like 4 to a solid 3. But the views on YouTube is what really, basically the views like we went from 17 people in chat, and then again like 2 minutes later like 14 people in chat, and then it went slowly down to 9, and then you get toward the end of the stream, and obviously when you say like, oh, I think I'm gonna end the stream, like you only get down to like 2 people or 0. So but I found that interesting, that then that's just a little bit of a side tangent, but that as soon as you like fix the problem, people were just like, ah, he fixed it, I'm gone now, which was interesting. So it was, what that tells me is like the majority of the people weren't there for the gameplay. They were there trying to like alert me, and we're just there to see like how long is it going to take him to figure out that he's muted the whole time. So I don't know. Fail content can be funny, I guess, is my message there. So anyway, yeah. So, very weird day. Very weird day. Anyway. Yeah, let's go to Twitter and tweet that we are live streaming. I need to close some of these other tabs, by the way. Post on Facebook has been made. Right, and I'm going to start my homework before I start a game. Well, let's start a game. Okay. This first game we'll just do just to keep you guys entertained. But on the next game, I am going to start my homework, aka Serenity Wheeler. All right, wish me luck here, chat. So we are rated 1182 with very odd. We'll get back down to 1,000. That's where we belong. We're not. This is wrong by chess.com. We're not 11. We're not tied with Petros, because you're gonna see Petros is gonna outplay me. So okay, so they take back. What you're supposed to do here is just take and push the pawn, and this is relatively a normal position. Okay, well they stop us pushing the pawn. That's good. I think we'll play bishop pin. So this resembles like a normal position, basically. All right, and our opponent goes for that. I think this queen check helps us a little bit. Actually, it just lets him castle faster. Yeah. I think it's fine. Yeah, let's throw in this queen check. Oh, the pawn is undefended, Flood. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to develop the knight. Yeah, this is fine. What I like about this is if they block with the bishop, we get to mess up the pawns. So it does create kind of a conundrum for our opponent. Let's see what they decide to do. They could just slide the king over. They could slide to d2, which is relatively safe. d2 is actually very interesting, because the threat is to bring the rook over, and they could slide to d1. They're thinking they could go bishop bishop e2. With this bishop is probably their best. Anyway, let's continue to tweet out that we're live streaming. Yeah, bishop e2 is probably the best move. with the light squared bishops. So hashtag Yu-Gi-Oh. Alright. Hashtag Master Duel. And yeah, we're still doing the World Championship Series. I only plan to stream for like maybe like 30 minutes of Yu-Gi-Oh or so, but yeah. Yeah, we'll try to open some packs and stuff. Oh yeah, let me know guys. Should we one pack, one win, one pack? 10 wins, one master pack? Let me know. Or just no. We're gonna honor Simo and no, you get nothing. So let me know, guys. YouTube comments, Twitch, Twitter, email, IRL votes, etc. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think? All right, let's see what our opponent has decided to do. Now, see, that's an interesting move, and I say it's interesting because number one, we can take here and mess up the pawns, which I like. And number two, let's see. Yeah, because if nothing else, we mess up the pawns. Now, do I want to get my knight out? You see, I could go bishop, and I will, chat. I'll go bishop here, because I don't want a queen trade. What I like about this is their bishop's blocked in. Our bishop has been moved and traded off. So in order to develop this, they've either got a fianchetto or... Well, yeah, we basically made them undevelop the queen. So this queen check sequence was pretty good for us, I think. And we messed up the pawns. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. And also, if you develop your bishop somewhere around here, I'm probably going to go queen a3 and try to cause some problems. Yeah, so this isn't so cut and dry for our opponent. Pretty interesting sequence there. Yeah, you see what I mean? Because you cannot castle through check. So I think this move, queen a3, causes a lot of problems for the opponent. Because not only can you not castle, like, you got to defend this. And if you defend this, even if you do, I'm jumping in here, and nah, it's not so simple for our opponent. It's really not. It's not so simple. Yeah, how do you defend this and stop this at the same time? I don't know. Queen check, yeah, that's cute and all. So we have some options here. Number one, we can hit the queen with a tempo. Yeah, this looks pretty devastating. Yeah, because now you have to save your queen, defend this. Okay, see, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, you save this, you save... Okay, that's not too bad. And I don't want to trade and fix their pawns. That ain't happening. That was a smart sequence. That was a good move. That was a good move by the opponent. I'll give you that one. Well, obviously we're not going to queen trade in this position. So one of the few moves to avoid the queen trade would be... this diagonal doesn't look too bad right here. This is kind of like an advanced Kali variation. So we're not going to trade. We're not going to fix their pawns. They can castle. It's fine. That was an interesting little in-between sequence by the opponent. It did let us get a standard Kali move for free, which I like. So, all right, let's check on some... Speaking of, like, forgetting to check on Chatteroni, let's check on some Chatteroni. All right, let's open this, and we're good. We're good. There's only a couple people in chat. We're good. Appreciate you guys. Good morning, good afternoon. Good. And if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That's the Truman Show, right? Yeah, that's the Truman Show. Speaking of Jim Carrey, which I was talking about earlier. Anyway, let's go to Twitter. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Let's put on the Mass O Chris. Mass O. Okay. Hashtag world. Hashtag championship. Yeah, because that is what's going on right now. I think the event will be over very soon, by the way. So championship. I should play on my main at some point. Maybe tomorrow, if the series even continues. Hashtag pack opening. Because we try to open master packs. And I should check on the chess gameplay. Okay, let's minimize this. Oh, that's probably a good move. Yeah, I did not think about that. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. Well, the rook is gone. How do we make the best of a bad situation? Yeah, the rook and the knight are probably gone. Yeah, good move by the... Well, is it? Okay, maybe this isn't so bad. You take my rook, I take your rook. Yeah, we just go back, right? Yes. We go back. So the threat, yeah, that's a very simple threat. You take my rook, I take your pawn with check and your rook, and okay, okay. Yeah, maybe this is interesting. This is interesting. I don't know if this position's ever. Wow! Wow! They say, okay, I'll just defend with the king. Wow! What a move! What a move! Well, that's a bold move. Wow, dude. What a move. Okay, well. Wow, that's amazing. That is an amazing move. King D2. And I can't go here to make the rook move, so. Well, I guess we could drop back and defend the knight. Now, let's just, queen here. Yeah, let's keep this pawn defended. So let's go knight here. And I'll castle. I'll castle next move. Wow, what a move. What a sequence. This actually looks better. Yeah, threatening to jump. Good. What a move, bro. Okay, we could jump the knight in with check, and why not, right? Because we're getting closer, so. Knight check. We probably want a castle soon. I imagine they'll go just king e2 or something. Impressive by the opponent, I have to say. Yeah, that's fine. Well, we could knight check. All right, knight check. Does that help us? Maybe. Yeah, knight check. Okay, okay. I see a good sequence of moves here. Knight check. If they go here, yeah, there's some good moves here. There's some good moves. Oh, that's defended by the rook flood. So they go there. Ooh, I like that to see that. You guys see why that may be a problem. If you had a chance to take a look at that, I think Queen B4 looks pretty enticing. No, no, no. Ooh. Even here, yeah. Ooh. So here for the discovered attack, or here to hit the rook. Hmm. I think this causes a lot of problems for the opponent. They could drop the bishop back. Ooh, that's a good pin actually. One of these moves is correct, and I don't know which one. I'm gonna go here actually to defend the knight, and yeah, you don't get pins. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, let's defend the knight with the queen. Okay. Yeah, okay, and then ooh, we hit the rook with the knight. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is good for us. This is good. This is good. And we vacate the square for the queen. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay, so now the dance puppet dance, basically. And they're just gonna give up the rook. Fair play, honestly. Fair play, yeah. That's fair play. Okay, and I can't... Can I put any more pressure? Can I eliminate the knight? Maybe. I mean, maybe if I do this to hit the knight. This is an interesting position. We have the queen check, but it doesn't do much. I was thinking about the queen check on oh, sorry, on B4. Yeah, if I eliminate the knight, we may have some tactics, but let's just check on some chatteroni in the meantime. Yeah, this is an interesting position, I have to say. Pack opening. Let's do some more hashtags. I'm locked into the game now. This is exciting. Because we basically sacked a rook. Let's see, pack opening. Pack opening. Pack opening. Let's go to here. Hashtag. Master packs. Pack and hashtag packs. There we go. And then what's another good hashtag? A challenge, because this is a challenge series. So challenge. All right, and that's it. Tweet or tweet notification has been sent, and that is done. So there we go. Let's post that. There we go. Nice. And we've got that done, chat. So let's mute Tweeter because just in case. Dina followed me. Hi, Dina. I'll follow you back. Thanks for the follow on Tweeter. All right. And we go here, and Tweeter tweet has been sent, and we go here. What do they play? Yeah, that's probably a good move. Is it? Is that a good move? Is that a good move? I guess it is. Guys, you know what I'm thinking about doing here? I'm thinking about sacking my bishop. Okay, so first of all, we probably should take the rook. Does taking the rook cause some problems? Take the rook. The knight takes. Okay, chat. Take the rook. Yeah, okay. I got it. I got it, chat. What a weird position this is. What a wild position. Hmm. Hmm. What a wild position. What if I went knight to c3? Does that cause any problems? Not really. Not really, no. Hmm. I think I need to take the rook at this point. Yeah, because the issue is if they save the rook. Hmm. Oh, okay, and we could always do a simple take the rook and the pawn, and they get the bishop and the knight. Yeah, the pawn on c2. That's a simple one, but yeah. What if I castle? Castle, rook e1? I think I'm running out of pieces is the issue, yeah. Bishop to f5. Maybe. Hmm. Oh, what a position. Yeah, the more and more I look at this, the more and more I'm like, yeah, because if they play rook d1, yeah, I'm pretty sure here I do need to take the rook. Yeah, them saving the rook would be a big deal. So, yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and take the rook. The knight takes, or the bishop takes, whichever. And then, yeah, maybe we just leave it, man. We're just going to test this for science. I'm pretty sure the best move from the stockfish is probably just to take the rook and, be happy with your life. But I'm going to castle. There are some threats here if we castle too, like, night out. Yeah. So there's some interesting things that are happening here. And their king is still in the middle, so that's I just don't think we have enough time. That's the issue. Yeah. Okay, they do take the bishop, which is probably a good move. Now we slide the rook. Okay. So they'll probably defend the bishop. And they could go king to f2, which that would be a baller move, by the way. Yeah, king to f2 is kind of hype. I ain't gonna lie. King to and don't keep in mind they've already moved their king. Remember they moved their king, so they cannot castle. That's why I went for this. But they kind of did they do it? Did they do king f2? Oh my goodness, they did. What a wow, amazing sequence, man. This player is very, 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 very sharp. Wow. Now I think we have a tactic here, but phew. Okay, so in order for this tactic to work, there are back rank tactics. Takes with the rook. Take this with the rook. Yep. In order to do it, I have to play. My goodness, what a position. I have to play like F5. I have to do something. So I think in order for this tactic to work, which they'll probably see it, but I have to go because the threat is takes with the rook. Take the yeah. Okay, they can't. The tactic is still there. No rook lift. I could move the knight, but that's gonna lose the rook. No. I'm just checking if any of these other moves work. Yeah, this is the only tactic I see, chat. And even then, I have a knight hanging, so is it a good tactic? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Maybe I should have just went king f8, actually, because that does let me do some stuff, but okay, they finally escaped with the queen. Yeah, I think the tactic is still there. Okay. Okay, so takes with the king. Okay, 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 okay. Wow. We can't really save the knight at this point. Maybe the simple tactic is okay, we take the rook. I really don't want the bishop to take back. Wait, maybe if it does, we just take, yeah, we just grab the pawn. The rook's the only thing defending the pawn, and we pin the knight. Yeah, maybe I don't need to sack the rook. What am I saying? What am I saying? Okay, so we finally take the rook at long, 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 long last. Okay, no matter what piece takes. Wow, they pre-moved that. They know what's going on, clearly. So we take this. Okay. And the knight's now pinned, which I like. Alright. Now, I imagine they'll play like G3, get the bishop out. Well, yeah, they pre-moved that. That's crazy. Imagine if I had played any move that hits the queen. That would have been wild stuff. Um, yeah, pre-moving is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay, I like to see that because that means I can finally free my knight. I like to see that. Now, I'm not going to fall for this because also they just defended their bishop, so that's all right. Now, unfortunately, the knight's defending this. Actually, it's not. The knight is pinned. So I could go rook e4. They would just go back, pin the knight, and yeah, I think that causes me some problems. Well, they let us save the knight. Maybe we should just keep the knight. Does this do anything? Rook here? No, I think this... It could be good for us, though, just because it bottles some pieces. Yeah, like rook lift and then here. I think the issue, though, is that rook lift, they just pin the knight and take it. Well, or like rook lift, they go back down. I have to go back. Yeah, I think that's the issue. Yeah, that's the issue. So it's more of a drawn position. And I don't see any tactics. I really don't. If there are tactics, they're invisible. I just don't see them, chat. So Yeah, I'll. Yeah, I. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, let's. Man, there are some tactics here though. Because if you take here with the rook, this pins. Wow. Yeah, that is. Yeah, and if you get this, you can go rook d3. Wow. Hmm. Which I don't even know if that's a good move. Queen comes back down, and I mean they can even just go bishop here and defend this. So why go rook e4? Yeah, you see that's a very simple defense. Go here and yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think rook e4 works. I mean we can check it after the game. There may be like a 7 move sequence that wins material on rook e4, but no, I'm not seeing it. If there is a tactic, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, let's just go here, save the knight, finally, and we'll go from there. Yeah, they're gonna clean up, develop pieces, get the king to a safe spot. Like even right now, king g1 looks good for the opponent, just proactively defending. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Well, I guess you would. King g1, I would sack the rook for the knight and the bishop, but I mean, even that's kind of good for you, honestly, at this stage. Yeah, you just don't want to get checkmated, right? And trading, and they're ahead. They're ahead a full rook, so trading is good for them. They still have the queen. Yeah. So okay, we're gonna try to bring the knight in. The issue I see is like that's 1, 2 moves with check. Yeah. So I don't think they're gonna let that happen. But man, I wonder all the way back here. By the way, you remember when we had the discovered attack attempt? Like here, and then they went here, and then we took here. I wonder if I should have played. No, this feels like a blunder though. Well, like kind of. In fact, it is a kind of a big blunder because they just slide the bishop back. Now, okay, maybe our opponent doesn't see the move, but like this player's pretty sharp. I feel like they would have like if we had tried this discovered attack. And why does this stop the discovered attack? Well, if you want to pause, and if you had a chance to look at that, well, a discovered attack doesn't work if the primary checker is attacked. So, all the way back there, um, where do we go? Here. Yeah, uh, if they put the bishop in between, yeah, yeah, yeah. If we go here and they put the bishop, okay, the knight can't check. It's not a double check. So in this configuration, the knight can't check. So let's say I just go the knight here, knight like here, like the bishop just takes the queen and the knight, and it's pinning the knight. So it's really shutting down any attacking opportunities I'm even thinking about. So I think we went about it the right way. It's just yeah, I didn't notice the rook, and this is a bad position. So they're gonna flush the queen out. Probably a smart call. Yeah, anytime you're having to retreat out of an attacking position, it's not a good sign. I could go for the battery here, but I don't think this really. Okay, this I does hit the pawn. I mean, I think they've got some easy defenses here, but yeah, I'll go for the battery. But I mean, the battery's defended, so why go for it, right? Yeah, I don't like this move, but we're running low on time. Yeah, I really don't like that move, but yeah. The only thing I like about it is it defends the rook. That's the only thing I like. So. But yeah, it takes the square away from the knight. Yeah, I don't. If I had more time, I would not have moved there. I would have moved all the way back to like g6 or something, you know. So the knight's no longer pinned. So, man, yeah, this is just bad. This is a bad position. This is bad. But you do not want a queen trade when you're losing. You do absolutely do not. Do not queen trade. Do not. Do not queen trade. Oh, yeah. I do like that the king's still here in the middle. That gives us some chances. And it's not like perfectly defended, but I still say, G3 has been sitting there for a while for the opponent. Get the bishop here. You know, the king defends the bishop. Just some easy tempo stuff. It hasn't been available for quite a while. So and they're well defended. There are no major threats in this position. So yeah, you know this pawn's ultra defended. You could get your bit. You could redevelop your bishop somewhere like even bishop here helps. It's improved compared to where it's at right now. Okay, they're going for the knight. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really mind. Let's go. They're also going for the pawn. I can't stop them from taking the pawn. So again, we could have just taken this pawn, but I like keeping the rook defended in this position. So they can take the pawn if they want. We just had to save the knight. We got to keep the pieces on the board. So yeah, pretty simple move. We lose the pawn, but maybe even two pawns, but it's okay. It's okay, chat. I hope everyone's doing good. You know, but, yeah. Let's see what they decide to do. They protect the pawn. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. All right, let's go back and pin the knight. We'll try to bring the knight in, but this is looking pretty not good, chat. Yeah, and this also frees the rook, which I don't like. So maybe did I have h5 there? Maybe h5 push. All I'm doing here is vacating the square so the knight can jump in. That's it. So, yeah. They could take and threaten the rook. You know, take here and threaten the rook. And, well, actually, they can't. My queen just defended it. Okay. I didn't even see that, chat. I'll be honest. If they had taken here, I would have went with check, and then who knows what else. Yeah, that's very, very scary. Let's go with the check. All right. I like that. This is a good outpost for the knight, if nothing else. Oh, this is a fork if we take the knight. All right. And they'll probably just retreat to G1. Looks virtually safe. Yeah, this is a very strong player, I have to say. Very strong. Yeah, G1 looks good. We have no tactics, chat. If there are tactics, I don't see them. Let me put it that way. What do we do? Knight D2, maybe? Not seeing much here, chat. Not seeing too much. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is just a good diagonal, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Our opponent's got plenty of time, though, to think of where to move the king. Is king to f3 that crazy of a move? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, because they could run up here, which is, you know, insane looking, but. Oh, they do it. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, that's actually, yeah, we see it, chat. Do you see the move? Well, I see one good move. Yeah, queen check here, and it's not so simple for our opponent. Yeah, queen check here, try to pick up the bishop. Okay. We're trying to get something. Now, the issue is the king's going to run away to safety, so here? Ooh, do we have a checkmate? Because you can't go here. You can't go here because of the knight. You can't go here because of the queen. Got one square available. Okay. G5? I think the king gets away is the issue. Yeah, we may just want to take the bishop and call it profit. Does this work? The rook's cutting off. The queen's cutting off, which I like. The knight's protecting the pawn. Ooh, okay. Okay, Flood. You just won the queen, I think. Check. I don't know if I see a checkmate, but I see a one queen. Ooh, stepping in line with the discovered attack. Is there a checkmate? Where's the checkmate? Where's the checkmate? Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, here. I can't go here. The discovered attack? I got to think. Where's the mate? 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 Mate, 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 checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. Where is the checkmate flood? Time is running out. Oh, is this it? Is this it? Is this checkmate? Is this checkmate? Is this checkmate? No, they escape here. No, they don't. The rook. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. Is that mate? Is that mate? Did we come back? Yes! Yes, the comeback. Yes, dude. Yeah, and I don't know why they didn't go back to G one there, but man, we were running low on time too. We only had like 10, 15 seconds. Well, how's that for an exciting finish, folks? We found the checkmate and the clutch in the last moments there. All right, let's game review that one. That was fun. That was fun. Let's game review. Yeah, nice. That'll be a good highlight on YouTube. That was fun. That was fun, chat. Okay, that was an exciting finish. Nice, nice. So we played. Ooh, apparently we played pretty good. Hmm. 80, 74. That was a good game. Like a good warm up game. So, yes, they played the classic E4. The opening, I think, was fine. We played the Gambit. We played the Gambit. Again, computer doesn't like the Gambit, but they declined the Gambit, so does it really matter? No. They played this, which I thought was a really solid and principled move. Because the idea in the Gambit is for us to push D4, and you can't go through another pawn. So they're very good by them. They just, yeah, we got some pieces out. Pin the knight. Yeah, they got some pieces out. Yeah, we went with this queen check, and it's not so simple for the opponent. Like I was just saying, if you go here with the bishop, to get ready to castle, okay, well, you have to let me take this and mess up the pawns. Maybe that's fine. So yeah, what would have happened if they went here? Computer actually likes it. Wow. Computer likes this the best. That is interesting. And then if I take, they have to take back, right? Oh, computer doesn't like it for some reason. And they take back. And yes, yeah, I did notice this move in the game to stop them from castling. So that is interesting. Very interesting sequence. And more or less that's what happened in the game, except here they moved the queen back. Yeah, and I pointed this out, how this blocks the development of the pieces. Yeah, and apparently the best thing was to just block with the knight. Okay, that makes sense looking at this. And now this tactic is unavailable because if I take, well, the other knight just takes. So, oh, it's pinned. Well, the queen could take here, but you guys know what I mean. The queen, if the queen vacates, the other knight can take. Okay, so they were saying, hey, queen check doesn't work, just block with the knight. Our opponent didn't do that, and that did cause a few problems. So we took, messed up the pawns. Yep, weakening backwards pawns. All right. And then we just we unpinned the queen. Very important. I did not want a queen trade. Okay, they went to try to castle. What's the best move for our opponent here? Oh yeah, that's a stockfish move. Like I'm surprised stockfish didn't say like, oh hey, like how bad is this move? Just get the knight out. Again, yeah, it doesn't mind it. Yeah, just get pieces out. I don't know what's up with this move, but okay, okay, stockfish. Yeah, why do this? What's the idea, stockfish? What's the idea? Is it a queen trade or what's going on? I don't know why. Prepares a safe queenside castle. Okay, whatever. No human alive is playing A4 in this position, unless they're, Magnus or Hikaru or whatever. Anyway, our opponent did not play the obvious, whatever, Styfish. Yeah, I mean, this is more human. This is a human move. Hey, I only need one piece to develop. Let's develop and try to castle. The issue is we found the best move. And yeah, again, I pointed this out in the game. The threat is to go here and fork. Like, how do you defend the fork? And I'm going to king, queen here the next move. Our opponent played it pretty well, I thought, though. Threw in the queen check, and then I guess you could say we misplayed. We probably should have blocked with the knight. No, yeah. We misplayed. So is blocking with the knight a better move? Probably. Yes, yeah, yeah. It doesn't really mind it. I guess you still give this up and some other. You know, played an okay move. Yeah. So we played that. Best move for us here. Oh, yeah, yeah. And a similar. You know how we wanted the opponent to block. So we both me and the opponent, need to notice this knight move. You remember how we put them in check with the queen, and they had the option to go knight e2. Same for us. Computer wants us to go. Oh, just hey, go knight to d7, and then if they take you, let's just say they take you, because of this, but regardless of that, you can just slide your rook if they like somehow defend this first, and yeah, you guys get the point. Uh, so later on a later on sequence, I think that's the point. Is that way you get your rook activated and you don't get your rook stuck in the corner. That's the main point of knight to d. So I need to notice and think about, oh, knight d7 is an option to block. And our opponent also needs to consider, hey, if the queen checks, block. You don't have to develop with the bishops and block with the knight. So didn't happen in the game. In the game, to block castling, they came over. We hit with the pawn. They did, yeah, and I did not want a queen trade here because if you queen trade, and I'm sure Stockfish agrees with me, you fix their pawns. So, yeah, why do or open the rook? Which why do that? See, now castling looks great. Like, why allow this? Why no, no, never queen trade if it helps your opponent fix their problems. So, then not what happened in the game. We ran away. Yeah, and that did allow the rook, which they saw. So they got in there, but we just went back to stop castling. They went for the insane King D2, which I actually thought this was a very, very good move because it stops all of these tactics. Apparently, the computer just wanted to double, get the file. Okay, don't even take the rook. Yeah, that makes sense. Increase the pressure. But yeah, and this does look very scary because once you take the rook, I'm coming in with my rook. Pretty scary. Luckily for us, they didn't do that, and they played more, 1,000 ELO looking moves. And yeah, I actually don't mind this. And you see the computer engine, like it says it's sort of a miss, but like you're still at the advantage of. So right now it's 3.2. Yeah, on the king move, you're still 2.8, which is like basically up a piece, like a whole piece. So pretty cool. We just got some pieces out because I saw like, okay, they're gonna win the rook. I might as well castle and get some pieces in here and make the best of a bad situation. They finally took the rook, and they didn't like that. Computer just wanted, oh, ultra defense. Yeah, the bishops are really, now this is really really solid. This little blockade, and the rook's not going anywhere. I can't save the rook, so that's what the computer's saying. It's just like you don't have to take the rook. The rook's not going anywhere. You can't save it. So, um, now what happened in the game? In the game they played. Yeah, they took, and we decided to jump in with check. The only move, and you found it. Wow. So there you go. And they went there, and then we took the. Ooh, they didn't want us to take with check. What was the best up move here? Oh, hmm, interesting. Knight's no longer hanging. Huh. And then when they move back, what are we supposed to do? Oh, we just take the rook. Wow. Okay. I didn't think about that. But okay. That's an interesting sequence. Not what happened in the game. We obviously went for the pawn. Wow, so that is interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, we went for the pawn with the knight. And now here's what I want to see. Is this the best move? Let's check. Mmm. But what if they defend here? Yeah, see. And then from here. Wow. Computer says, hey, discovered attack, don't even worry about it. And apparently, this discovered attack, there's no threat because every square is defended. Like, for example, let's say we try this crazy discovered attack. Oh, we're going to go for checkmate, right? No, there's no checkmate. The bishop and everything else is defending. Go back and yeah, the king can even go over here. Wow. So, apparently not going for the discovered attack was the best move. That's crazy. Like, I mean, this is just such a default move that yeah, that is crazy. Anyway, so we did not do that, but we did notice this and defend this knight and hit the rook. Okay, so we did that. Opponent saved the rook. Yes. So the unit did good. We took over here to just put pressure. Apparently, I was supposed to do something. Oh, I just wanted to keep the queen boxed in. Yeah, this is a good strategy, by the way. If the queen ever goes for the rook in the corner, one of the best strategies you can do is to keep the queen boxed in. And this is actually really, really good for us, and I'll tell you why. So they want the to go over here because the knight's pinned and cannot take. Our best move here is the castle. You see, and the queen is still boxed in. You can't move the queen without something. And now since the bishop's here, now you save the queen and threaten the queen trade. But yeah, so but that is a good strategy. If they capture in the corner, it's to just go down here, box it in, try to castle, and then you're free to move the knight, which lets you get the basically you get two rooks for the queen. Okay, so we didn't do that. We didn't do that. We didn't do any of that, and we just kind of stayed on the aggressive offensive. And I really wanted to put pressure on this rook, is what because my threat now is just take the rook, bishop takes, take the bishop with check, and we go back and defend the knight. That was the idea. Yeah, they just got some pieces out. Apparently, this is a brilliant move, which, yeah, it does ignore the threat on the rook. Yeah, so, but it really helps reinforce the defense. So that's pretty good. Uh, Congrats to our opponent. Yeah, but we tried to. I noticed if we eliminate the knight, then the same tactics are there. They just defended straight away. We castled. Yeah, apparently this is not brilliant. Or what should I have saved the bishop to here? Let's see. Let's go back. Should I have saved the bishop to here? Probably. Yeah. Yeah, computer it says it's okay. I just didn't want to waste moves at this stage. So, yeah, at this stage, we just let them take the bishop. Just say, hey, whatever. They took. And, you see the eval bar crapped up a little bit. So, apparently, this was not good for us. Again, I still wanted, trap this queen, buddy. And, which that makes sense even more now. So, yeah, go here and trap this queen. Let's say the opponent does something. They're trying to save the queen. They're trying to get some material, so they go after the knight. That makes sense, actually. And then we just say, hey, gimme. And then they take with check, which makes sense. And then we got to take back with something, with the king or whatever. And then it's their move, so the knight's hanging. Yeah, this still looks good for the opponent. Kind of. I mean, I guess we have this queen check, but long story short, the opponent has like 4 or 5 pieces for the rook. Oh, and that move defends the rook. Wow. So there you go. You don't even get the rook in the end. So that's why that didn't work. So I'm glad I didn't go for that. That line looks very not so good for us. But yeah, we went for the rook on the e file. Again, I was threatening the same tactic. Take the bishop for free. The bishop, let's just say the bishop saves itself here. We're threatening the same tactic. Take with check, take the rook, etc. They played this very well. Yeah, and they just get out of all the pin nonsense. So, and they defended their bishop. All right. Pretty good game, though. Yeah, I noticed all the back rank tactics. as far as like, me sacking the rook. And I really wanted out of that, so that's why that move was made. Yeah, they eventually saved their queen. I was kind of glad to see this move, and eventually when they moved the queen further up because yeah, the pressure here was just a little much. Anyway, we finally took the rook. Computer wanted. That's a hard move to see, but okay. What's the point of this move, by the way? Well, the point is you free this square for the knight, which does hit the queen. So that's a tough one. I don't blame myself for not seeing that. Grab that. Grab the pawn. Pin the knight. Hmm. Yeah, they just took over this diagonal. Looks pretty good. We finally got some pieces going. And yeah, again, the idea was here, check, just see what happens. Just try to stay in the game. They tried the queen trade. No, 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 no. Not in this position. They went back, threatened the knight. What was the best move here? Probably just to save the knight. Oh, they wanted, yeah, to come in here. Then that's scary. They went here. We saved the knights. Okay. They defended this. Pretty smart. Yeah, we went to repin. What should we have done here? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Apparently this was their all game. This C5 move, but I don't know. This looks scary. I mean, if they take it to pass pawn, and I don't know. I don't know. Like playing that move is kind of hard. I'll admit, chat. But apparently that was the best thing to do. We were low on time too at this stage, so yep, we went to repin. They went here, yes, and I did notice the sequence. So we went for the knight check. Apparently that was not the move. The best move here was to pin these guys. Hit the bishop. What if the bishop just okay, so there's no what if the bishop just goes here to save itself? Oh. Oh. Oh yeah, yeah, that's kinda good. Okay. Okay. Fair play, Stockfish. Fair play. So I was supposed to go there with the queen right away. They so yeah, and again, I think the issue is, and I pointed this out in the game, what if you just go here? Yeah, and again, there's no tactics, as you see. They're up a piece. Okay, so I messed up on the winning sequence. And yeah, I was apparently just supposed to go there, and it's just good for you. Yeah, wow, look at the eval bar. Look. Wow. So this is why you don't necessarily want to run your king forward in a position like this. Look at this. Up a whole piece. Look at the eval bar. You're getting mated. And I actually found the right sequence because the knight cuts off the retreat squares. Your own pawns and pieces are blocking. So yeah, we found the right sequence apparently. Take the threat and the bishop. I mean, check the threat and the bishop. They gotta move here again. Blocked by the queen. G5 was the only move. I'm so proud I found this checkmate. Yep, this is the only move. And discovered attack, now this knight move is probably not accurate, but whatever. Okay, it was. It was. What about this knight move? A double check, yeah. And can they move anywhere? I think they still have to go here, and it's the same sequence. Yeah, and then it's just Materoni. So, yeah, either one was okay. I guess the double check is cooler, but I like this because you can't actually take my knight. Yeah, and then because I was just like, I knew I was running low on time. I was like, okay, if I can't find the mate, I'll at least take the queen. So. And if you take the queen, is it really so bad here? Let's see. Yeah, apparently it's still a miss, and there's some defensive tries to stop this, but yeah. All right, and then yeah, we found the mate. So, and again, this is beautiful. Rook cuts it off. The king is helping. The pawn blocks this. This pawn stops anything here. The knight stopping here. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one. That's a pretty cool one. And this pawn is helping as well. Cool. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. All right. Oh, GG to our opponent. That was one of our better comeback wins, I would say. Ah, cool. I think we all learned something there. All right. Next game. Will we be light square or dark square pieces? And excuse me. Best of luck to our opponent. Let's see what happens here. We're gonna try the Kali D4. Yeah, D4. So, all right. And interesting move. We'll just go here. They're playing the Carol Khan. It looks like. So against the Carol Khan, normally you would play C3, and that's to keep the knight out. The knight cannot go there. So the move here is actually knight here right away, and then C4. So that's the sequence that we need to play. And again, yeah, you just get the knight out. Now this is not a good move, mostly because we can either block with the knight. I like the tempo though. That is not good for the opponent. So yeah, and the issue I see is we're gonna get this bishop. So let's go knight here. It works either way. Knight here, G4. So actually, knight F4 right away. Yeah, knight F4 is the threat, just to take their bishop for the knight. So, all right, let's see what our opponent does. They may go E6 and just make it really solid. We could play C4 at some point because that is the plan. So, that's an interesting move. It's more of a proactive. Okay. The issue I see with that, yeah, there is an issue with that move. It's a hard move to see. If you want to pause. Well, the move is E5, and yes, it's not so simple for the opponent. Excuse me. Because this basically lets us get a good big center. So that's the only issue I see with that move. And if they don't take the same threat, okay, so they do take. So let's go with the knight, which unleashes the defense of the queen. This is just good for us, yeah. And on this, I believe I need to take with this pawn. Yes, yes. And yeah, this looks great. We got a big center. We're ready to castle. This is just good. Yeah, very good. They still need to develop some pieces. Yeah. Okay. Let's go maybe C3 to defend. I really like going after this bishop. It's just, yeah, I don't want to let the queen in too easily. Okay, let's defend. And we'll play F4 next move with the knight. Well, unless they play like, if they play H6. H6 is actually not a bad move in this position if you want to keep the bishop. I imagine they'll go like, yeah, something like that. All right, let's get this bishop. Yes, yes. And then we can castle and do some stuff. Yep, you can't save that bishop now. So we get the bishop for the knight. It's always good. And because in the Kali, you want to use this bishop to attack. Their ideas of dropping it back, going d3, checkmating, etc. So they'll probably castle or, maybe they'll bring the knight out. So we take bishop for the knight. They could capture with the h-pawn. Okay. So castling this side looks a little scary, I will admit. Uh, I like the open F file. I'm going to play a bit of a waiting move, and this is a good waiting move to remember in the Kali system. Yeah, it's a Queen G4, I believe. Yes. Yeah, this is a good one to remember if you ever get a position like this. Hmm. There's a bishop check, by the way, that I just noticed, which is very interesting. Yeah, bishop check here. The rook and the queen defend, and could make me play g3 and just go back. So that seems like a stockfish move, you know. Check here, make him play that, go back, and yeah. The point is you created weaknesses on the king side. Yeah, we could. You guys want to check this? Let's check this after the game. Let's check and see. Like, is this the best move? It might be. Honestly, I don't. Anyway, let's get our bishop here. Now they removed a defender, so yeah, rook could come down here and takes, and open h file. Pretty good move. If the rook takes, we would have the takes and castle. You know, because they're threatening the skewers. I like this move though. Develop, get ready to castle, queenside. If they trade, they can't castle queenside. They could have castled kingside a long time ago. So. But yep, this looks pretty good. All right, at this stage, chat, I'm going to start working on my homework, aka the Serenity Wheeler run. That's due for YouTube, so let me go here. Ah, that's a nice move. That's pretty. That's pretty nice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's drop back here with the tempo on the queen. I like that. I like that quite a bit. All right. Well, they could just play bishop to d6. This is just like a fancy way to trade, basically. Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing a move that was not available before. Yeah, moving that pawn is interesting. Yes, there's a move that is available that was not available before, chat, if you want to pause. Will they... And you gotta save your queen, so... Yeah, this is, Wow. Yeah, if you guys want to pause, there's a move that's available. Yeah, yeah, he did not see it, chat. Okay, so if you want to pause on YouTube, you're watching this later. Well, the move is, first of all, they didn't save their queen. So that's, but the move that's available is this check. Queen G6. Ouch. With a check. Yeah, and they, they just resigned. Yeah, oh, we've been streaming for an hour and 14 minutes. Yeah, the follow up was obviously that's with check. They block or step aside somehow, and we just take the queen. Ouch. Ouch. Well, I was gonna just get the Serenity Wheeler run going, so let me check on some other stuff in chat, and that was a pretty clean win right there, folks. Ouch. Yeah, actually, you know what? I kind of feel like cooking something, so let me check on something here. And yeah, oof, that was that was tough. Well, maybe I'll start like a 10-minute game, just a really short time control game. Let's go to chess.com. Yeah, maybe I'll change to more of a quicker. But yeah, I do need to start my homework, and which is Serenity Wheeler. Yeah, I got to play Yu-Gi-Oh for 30 minutes or so, and but it's due today, so as soon as possible for Tim. So, oh, Tim is yeah, he caught his flight this morning back to Wyoming, where we're all from. So, yeah, so and yeah, I'm not actually. You guys know the joke, you know. I'm never gonna say where I'm from. It's just it's hard to yeah, you know, you don't want to no, don't dox yourself, folks. It's okay to lie if it's online. You know, it's like yeah, I'm from New York or whatever. Like, I'm never gonna say chat. You know, if you guys figure it out, internet detectives, good for you. But you know, yeah, yeah, we're from what? Where did we say we were from on the basketball stream? Yeah, like Montana or something. I said Joe Montana. You know, you remember Waterboy? He hits his friend on the shoulder. He's like, "Woohoo! You just owe me $50." He's like, "I bet Trey Greenlaw throws the interception on the first play." He's like, "Joe Montana was a quarterback, you girl." I said, "Joe Montana." Now that's what I call high quality H2O. All right, let's get this bishop. Looks like they're playing the London or something similar. Whoa! Did not notice. Whoops. That's my whoopsie, folks. Did not notice that, chat. Did not notice that at all. Whoops. Well, we're down a piece. What do you do when you're down a piece? I don't know. Just try not to make it worse. What's a good move with the tempo? This looks good. Yeah, that was a big whoopsie. What on earth is that move? Oh, I guess you're threatening to come in here and yeah, I don't. Oh, you're hitting the rook. You're hitting the rook. You're hitting the rook, Flood. You're hitting the rook. I almost fell for it, chat. I almost fell for it. That's a good one. I'm noticing the queen doesn't have too many retreat squares. So chat, the queen can't go here, you can't go here, you can't go here, you can't go here. You can't go here, my pawn takes it. You can't go here, my queen takes it. You can't go here, my pieces take it. You can't go here. You can't go here, my queen. Well, you could go there. But I think we have a good move, maybe. You could go, you can't go there. I think the move is knight out, and this may cause some problems. Well, no, I think they slide and they get away. Yeah, okay. They do get away. Slide to. Yeah. They do get away. Okay. Yeah, I might have needed to play bishop here first. Yeah, if I play bishop there first. Yeah, let's just assume they like get the knights out and castle. Bishop there first. Maybe that does trap the queen. I don't know. We'll leave it to you, GMs. This does let us get another tempo though, which yeah, if you're gonna like lose a piece, yeah, get as many free tempos as possible. That's a good strategy because we're getting these pieces out real quick. So yeah, again they can just go back and there's no tactics back here. It's whatever you know. There's no tactics, chat. Yeah, you could go here and blunder your queen. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Now we're gonna do something that's called cutting off the defense or cutting off the retreat. And I don't know if this is a good move or not. Well, the threat is obviously to come down here and yabba dabba do. So let's jump the knight in. Oh, that actually defends. I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Yeah, we're getting quite a few tempo, chat. Uh huh. So they're trying to eliminate the knight. The threat is eliminate the knight, takes, takes, take the pawn. Very simple move. What if we hit the queen first? You gotta retreat, right? Hmm. What if we go knight here? You just take. I think this is the move. Oh, that's a smart one, though. You take my knight to hit the queen. I take your queen. You take my queen. I take your. That's a big fancy trade. Yeah, that's. Oh, wow, they noticed it, huh? So we've got two options here, chat. And I actually like this option better. Let's take with the queen to avoid the trade. They'll take my pawn. That's fine. That's fine, chat. Let them take the pawn if they want. And we will proceed according to cake. Uh-huh. So I noticed that too, that the queen was lined up here. I was trying, Chad. I was trying to get him. Now, obviously, you want to avoid the queen trade at all costs. This pawn is hanging, so we'll just go. Mm, I like leaving the traditional Kali square available for our bishop, so we'll just back down. All the way back. But the threat was obviously to come in on this side, and, take some stuff. Okay, they finally get the knight out. Let's get the bishop out with a tempo. Looks good. Yeah. They could just go back, and we could go back. And, you know. That's probably a better move, is it? Now your knight's pinned. I don't know about that one, Chad. If you ever smell something funny about a move, it may not be a good move. That move smells funny. You know what I mean? Like something just smells wrong with that move. Like that can't be legit. There's no way you can. There's no way you can survive that, right? Knight sack. Okay, okay. I see you. I see you. I see you, Ashley. Nice. Yeah. Move there. Knight sack. Bishop. Okay. 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 Yeah, there could be a checkmate. Okay. I'm still gonna do it. Yeah, that move smells wrong. Let's see if they sack. I would sack if I was the opponent. Absolutely. I want a free piece to start. Just bam, give me that. I'm coming in, etc. Now, does the sack work? I don't know, and I don't think it does because I just take your queen. So I would do something here though. Yeah, yeah, that move just smells wrong. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah, just leaving your knight pinned like that. That's Yeah. Why throw yourself into a pin? That you might want to consider that. Okay, so they just say, "Hey, your king's exposed. I'm opening up the center." Good strategy, honestly. I kind of respect the hustle. Again, the knight's still pinned, and this isn't going anywhere. So we could pile up on the pin. We could just take the piece right away. I kind of like that. Yeah, just take the piece right away, Flood. Just take it. Just take it. Just take it. Just take it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. They blocked their bishop too. I'm taking it. Okay, and on this, I see another tempo on the queen. I'm thinking about F1. Hmm. F1. They take me. I take the queen for free. Okay. They could castle soon. Let's keep that in mind. We could save the bishop with a check at any time. And then, okay. We could take back and sack the bishop. Yeah, I like this. Kind of. Yeah, we've already slid the rook. Hit the queen again. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I like that it's defended. That's what I like most of all. It's just like, yeah, I realize I'll probably go back over here and try to grab the pawns or whatever. But yeah, I just like that the rook's defended now because it was not before. So, and again, they got to move the queen, somewhere. Probably just back a square, defend this pawn, whatever. So, But we got a piece back, kind of. Yeah. I figured they might do that. Now that's kind of suspect because you can take a pawn, I'll take a pawn. All right. We could check, see what they do. I kind of like taking this pawn. I like taking this one as well because, yeah, okay, you take my bishop, I take your bishop. Okay, okay, huh, yeah, that's interesting. That is very interesting. You save your bishop, I save my bishop. Okay. Yeah, and over here, I don't care what's going on over here. Honestly, that's you can take all seven of those pawns. I don't really care. Um, but should I take this guy? Yes, I should take this guy. You guys know why? Absolutely, this is the best move. I just saw it. Well, if you had a chance to look at that, let's see if our opponent takes the pawn. This is absolutely the best move, and it just clicked like you guys ever have a light bulb click in your head? That's what just happened. Yeah, they saw it. They saw it. The threat was to take right here, and okay. Yeah, we could take and mess up the pawns. All right, all right. I like this actually. Take mess up the pawns. Yes. Let's do it. Let's do it, chat. Take mess up the pawns. Push d5. I don't like locking it up. When I'm in an attacking position, I really don't like to lock it up, chat. So let's take with check. This is good for us. Okay, we take this. Yeah, we're just opening up the lines. Yes. So we take here. Very good. Yes. Hit the bishop. Mhm. And now I think we need to threaten some kind of mate. Yes. Man, this is a good move. If you want to pause, guys, there's actually a very good move here. This is a great move. Yeah. Queen here. Absolutely. What a move. Oof. It does let him castle queenside. There's a lot of space over there. I'm fine with that. If you want to castle queenside, be my guest, buddy. No, they can castle kingside too. Yeah, okay. The threat is still there. The threat is to take the pawn and just get in here. And now, maybe we need to defend the pawn at this point. We could just slide the rook up, and you know, I think we have time. Believe it or not, in this position, we do have time. So slide the rook up. Ultra defense. Does this sacrifice work? I don't think so. So let's defend the pawn after all. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I actually will drop the queen back. That's interesting, Flood. That is an interesting tactic, believe it or not. We'll defend with the queen. The only thing I don't like is leaving them lined up like that. Hmm. We're gonna castle soon anyway. Yeah. Let's go here. Yeah, the threat I was thinking of is G4. Wow. Basically we invert the king and queen, and the queen and the yeah. We invert these G4. We're running low on time here, by the way. The threat there was to take pin with the rook. Didn't work now, but didn't work in the first place. Yeah. Also, we can play C3, kick this guy. Nice. They get out of that. Let's. By the way, you don't want to take because of the same threat. Let's go here. In case you guys were wondering. So they get out of the pin. Very good. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna develop and castle and yep, it have to. Okay. Luckily, most of our stuff's on light squares, if you'll notice, just natively. So that's good. They could go to the B file, double the rooks. Yeah, that's what they're going to go for. Let's push this pawn. Make them take it. We're just opening the lines to the king. Let's make them take this one. Oh, they have a check down there, don't they? We got rook back. We're good. Okay. All right, castle queen side. Now it gets interesting. Now it gets very interesting. Whose attack will be faster? Whose attack will be better? Dunno. Dunno. We're gonna try chat. We've got 30 seconds. So I'm not gonna really check on Chatteroni. Okay, that hits. Yeah, that's some scary stuff, I will admit. But I think we've got time to. Let's pseudo defend. This is just a buy time chat, if I'm being honest. And then we slide everything over. Yep. Okay. Let's go here. Oh, I didn't think about that one. It's okay. Checkmate? Yes, checkmate. No. Bishop back, right? Rook's coming down. Rook over to pin. Ah, that's a sneaky checkmate. Rook pin. Bam, checkmate. Yeah, okay. That is very sneaky. Wait a minute. Defend. Yes, ultra defend. Oh, same threat. Could I have actually stopped that at the end? That might have been unstoppable mate. Let me check. Was that unstoppable? Well, we were pretty low on time. What I was thinking is, rook sack, and then the other rook comes over. Let me check. Yeah, at the end, that was pretty good. That was very good closeout by Ashley there. Let's see. Was it unstoppable mate, or did I have anything? Because I'm not too sure. Ooh, not a good game by Floyd. We played like a 450. Oh, chat. The parody of 1000 ELO chess, which I am only 1000 ELO. We played that other game, where we had the comeback, like 1650. That was not the sharpest game by us. Hey, if that's not an 1000 ELO player, which I definitely am, I don't know what is. Compare this game to the one where we came back. It got the checkmate. Horrible, horrible play by me. Horrible, horrible. Is there a way to stop mate here? I probably just not to let the queen in the first place. Like allowing that's pretty egregious. Yeah, just drop out and proactively. Yeah, yeah. You have to notice the threats here. Didn't notice they moved in. Yeah, just you got to defend somehow. Flood. Defend that laterally. You gotta deal with that, buddy. That. At the end, was there a move to survive? Pin. Oof. That is a nasty skewer. What if we go here? No, no, no. Yeah, that doesn't work either, does it? And then the best move for them is. Then what if they just take this? Does that work? No, no, no. It doesn't. What am I saying? I think the problem is the pin. I can't move. So if I go here, computer wants here, and then I run, and then yeah, there was just no way. There was just no way. Oh, with a queen check. Okay, and then wait, is this perpetual? What do you want, Stockfish? Let's say I run over here. Is this mate? Um, and then what if they come in with the bishop? They can't. Oh, they get a free piece. Okay, that's understandable. So, and then what if I do something crazy? Run here. Bishop's coming back probably. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. Basically, unstoppable mate, and well, not unstoppable mate, but they're gonna get a lot of material. So yeah, just not good for you, Flood. Just not good. And then yeah, at this stage you can queen trade, which just clean up and win the game. Yeah, that makes sense to me, Stockfish. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, basically the only way to stop mate there is don't ever let the queen in the first place in that. So maybe castling was a blunder, honestly. The more and more I think about that game, Was castling a blunder? Yes, probably. Because they even moved the rook to the b file. It was just like, well, if you're gonna castle, okay, go for it, you know. So yeah, that could have been the biggest blunder of the game. Is just castling in the first place. Why do it if your opponent's gonna see, get them prepared for it? That's an interesting move. Yeah, looks like they're playing the Kali. Maybe I don't know. Well, we're playing the Kali as black. So, all right, homework time. We've got to get the Serenity run going. Again, I believe this is the sequence. Knight here, c5. I think it's a move. Is c5 a move? Yes, it is. All right. Yeah, we recapture with the knight and jump to e4, maybe. Again, knight out, pinning the knight. Okay. Yeah. Going back is a blunder, by the way, which they did not do. Okay. Six. Nope. And they're playing the London. I think we're going to take here. Actually, we're not. Let's just get the knight out. Do I need to go knight here? Right here. I like e4. I like e4 a lot. Yeah, as a square for the knight. Yeah, e4 is kind of annoying if you're the opponent. Okay, let's do it. Great square. F5. Yeah, there's some stuff here. All right, got my Xbox up. Let's find the recording device. There we go. Found it, chat. All right, Tim, I'm on it. Homework time, chat. Homework time. Real time is okay. Queen over. Yeah, that's cute and all. Castle. I mean, we clearly are going to castle this way. We could delay casting a bit, and there is a good move here if you guys want to pause. Well, the move is bishop here because, yeah, this is a great diagonal, so why not get it? And they don't have a bishop, so yeah, why not get it first? Yeah, they just have to slide the rook, and we basically have this diagonal the whole game. Like, what are they going to do about it? Go here and try to trade the knight? Like, honestly, this is not a bad move. Knight to, yeah, this is almost sacrilegious, but yeah, knight to a3. I play that in a heartbeat. Just say, hey, get this bishop out of here, or you got to do something about it. There's no tactics. Is h5 a move, chat? Yeah, maybe. The nice thing about the London is that the center is locked up, which means you can do some crazy stuff. You don't even have the castle. It's relatively safe if you go king d7. Okay, let's just play h5 and see what happens. Yeah, it's relatively safe over here. And you'll notice on this square of the board, this section over here, you know, one, two, three, four of our opponent's pieces are on the other side. How many pieces are on the king side? Okay, the knight could recapture the knight. Let's argue two. Maybe two. And that's a strong maybe, chat. All right, let's do it. G5. We're just going crazy on this game. Yeah, they could jump the knight in. This is pretty solid, just as it is for me. Yeah. They takes. Okay. And they're going to take the pawn. So, yep, we kind of have to take back. And they get a free pawn. All right. If they wanted, I don't even know if you know. They could also jump the knight here and take this pawn. It's dealer's choice, basically. So they go with this pawn. Center pawn. Makes sense. This pawn's undefended. Yeah. Let's drop the bishop back. Ooh, c5. Pretty good move by the opponent if they just These wishings, look at this one. Yeah, that's also kind of annoying, I will admit. Yeah, we kind of have to deal with this, huh? Well, they're up upon. Let's go to the end game. Yeah, that's kind of... This did not go according to cake, but it's okay. Let's go here. That's alright, chat. Obviously, I would have liked to keep the queen and everything, but that was kind of a big deal. So, tried the attack. No bueno. That's alright. They could get the bishop now if they want. Doubles my pawns. This would not be a bad move, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. Get a free pawn. Sweet. Yeah. All right, let's cancel queenside. I don't mind this move. They'll probably just push the pawn, defend the knights. Yep. Let's castle. Oh, I missed d4, by the way. Right here. I don't mind them keeping it though. Wow. Okay. Well, there's only one open file in the game. Let's use it. Let's take it first, shall we? Or try to. Doesn't hurt to try, yeah. All right, grab the controller, and I'm gonna play some Donna Vista because it is due for YouTube today. So, sorry, chat. We're gonna focus more on Yu-Gi-Oh right now. So. All right, volume's up. Let's see. Let's go here, and let's see. All right. Whoa. I don't even know what game's in here. In the Xbox? I have no idea. Okay, volume's good. Let's grab a little snack. The breakfast of chess champions. You guys already know what it is. Pop-Tart. What are we doing here? Let's see. Let's toss that over there. What are we doing? Did they move? I'm surely they moved. Yes. What did they move? Oh, they just moved the knight back. Okay, that's cool. The thread is there. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, let's just dub the rooks. Okay. I'm not even sure I want to keep this bishop at this point. Dub the rooks. Yeah. Let's see. Let's switch the game, because that's the main focus. Alright, and we will start to record. Serenity round. Let's do it. There we go. I'll go for 40 minutes today, chat. 40 minutes. Let's see. There we go. Got the classic Xbox controller. Let's do it. Opponent here, we're running low on time, by the way, has finally taken the pawn. And we are absolutely not going to trade rooks. I don't think so. Let's go over here. Yeah. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, chat. Their rook could come into d7 for a blunder. You never know, chat. You never know. Yet, as a 1,000 rated player, you have to consider all possibilities, including blunders. That sounds like a quote that should be on a t-shirt. It really does. Okay, they just trade. That's fine. What looks good? Rook d6? I don't know. Alright. Very good. Now we get this file. They could have made a trade there, but they did not want to. Okay, now let's go. What file looks good? I like this. Make them babysit the G pawn or move it. They can't move it, it's pinned. Make them babysit the G file. I like that. That's a good move. Huh. Let's focus over here, Flood. Okay. We'll go and say it. Need to clean off my glasses, by the way. Yeah, makes sense. Alright. So if I'm not too focused on the stream chat, you guys know why. Homework is due. Yeah. I call it when I have to do, content for like Tim. Sometimes I call it homework. Let's get the rook more active, shall we? I'm thinking, let's push here. And allow a fork. They do not take the fork. Let's go with this. This looks good. We got Graceful Charity, Queen's Double, Muyan Curie, and some other stuff. Alright, that's a solid move. Let's just throw down Nail, the Magic Swordsman. And we will pass. Yeah, this is a fork. We kind of have to defend this guy, so... Do we? I mean, yeah, I guess so. They get this guy, though, which is very good. And they're making pretty good progress. Long story short, we're going to have to retreat this guy on the, on the H file. Yeah, we kind of need the support back here. Rook check. Queen, king back. Yeah. Baby dragon. Attack mode. Let's not play Graceful Charity. We don't need to. Oh. What do you got, Taya? Just water Armatics. Running low on time. Doesn't matter if we lose on time. We're focused on the homework chat. Baby dragon. Fireball attack. Alright, we'll end the turn. Does they have any trap cards? I don't see any. No, we're good. Alright. Let me get the headphones back in. That way, if a sound alert goes off, I can understand you guys. Let's just drop back. And what do we have here? Dryad? Okay. She has a face down now. Let's see what she plays. Nothing. It's not Trap Hole. Maybe it's Enchanted Javelin or something? No. Don't know. Alright. Well, this game is going south really quickly, by the way. But, yeah, we ain't gotta win every game, right? That is not a thing, so. Besides, we're not supposed to. We're 1000 ELO. Like, come on. We're supposed to probably lose. Honestly, chat, at 1000 ELO, if you have even like a 30% win rate, that's kind of a good thing. Because, we're at 1000 ELO too, and you blunder a lot, and you guys know how it is. Like, it is tough. It is. They'll probably slide over to A7. Yeah, I should have considered that. But anyway, let's go here. They'll grab another pawn. And these pawns are basically unstoppable, chat. So, yep. Alright, takes. We'll take another pawn. We can finally get the E file, which I like. Gemini Elf. Sweet. We got it, buddy. Alright, Gemini Elf. Direct attack. Vishwar Randy. That's just dandy. Alright. Baby Dragon Fireball attack. Yeah, we'll take the E file at this point. Actually, we don't want to trade rooks, so... Ooh, letting the other rook in, though? I don't know about that, Flood. Let's go G2. Very good. I will say our opponent's playing the endgame very, very accurately. Good for them. Yeah, learning endgames is pretty important. Now, that's an interesting move. Mostly because it allows this. Yeah. But yeah, pass. We're running really low on time, by the way. But these pawns are what we call monstrous. Unstoppable. Like when you have a good clump of pawns like they do, the rooks can try, but they're really kind of limited. Got Graceful Charity. Nice, nice. Oh, I guess we did pick up one. Alright, Magica Kaijo, huh? Not bad, certainly. Not bad. Alright, let's... Gemini Twins. Hopefully she doesn't have Spirit of the Heart, but she does not. Good. Alright, they could try to bring the other rook over for some checks and balances and, you know, cashing money. You never know. Alright, we beat Taya. Let's see what we win here in Dawn of Destiny. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. We're gonna pick the Slifer statue as always, and hope for Saint Joan. What we got? Yeah, that's what you expect from Taya. Arlanwe and some cards that aren't too good. So that's an interesting move. Here's a word of advice: don't underestimate me. Blah 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 blah. Would you like to hear a friendship speech? Oh dear God, no. I think Take is pretty good here. Yeah, they've basically got it locked down here, chat. Takes. And the rook cannot beat all these pawns. I'm just letting you guys know right now. Yeah. This is basically over. You know, I guess rook c5 would have been good there, but yeah. It's only a matter of time before they break through. So, okay. Is that Spirit of the Harp? It looks like it. Let's just defend with our Spirit of the Harp. Pass. Yeah, they're just pushing, and yeah, it's basically over. Time's running low. Got some checks. Nope. Alright. I'm just gonna go get these pawns and call it a day. Alright. Go here. They push. Oh, good move. Yeah. That pins the rook to the king. Nicely done. And GG to the opponent. Yeah, I couldn't have gotten out of the rook pin to stop the other guy no matter what, so. So she will fire Princess, but I don't like that. But I can't really stop it. So we'll defend with Forgiving Maiden. We got all of our like 2K defenders in this hand. Very interesting hand, by the way. We'll go back, and now we'll go to 15-10 since we're focused on the homework over here. So, all right. So she's got Fire Princess, and a Spirit of the Heart. Let's sacrifice Marie. Well, let's sacrifice Spirit of the Heart for Marie, the Fallen One. All right. Let's just take down some of these Fire Sorcerers or Princesses. I think it was Fire Sorcerer in Japanese version, right? New game. Let's go 15-10. We'll pass here. All right. But yeah, sorry, chat. I'm more focused on, you know, the TV or whatever. So I'll do what I gotta do. Start game. Good luck to our opponents. Card Kara. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Gambit. 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 They are thinking about the Gambit. That's a first one, folks. People often just take it, you know, so they're thinking. Oh, she brought out Gemini Elf. Nice, Taya, nice. Alright, we'll try a Dryad. They don't take it. Wow. Wow, that's a new one. This is one of the best moves in the Gambit, by the way. So they take with the bishop, we get the knight out. Yeah, it's really good because you get the bishop to this diagonal, which does stop all of the Gambit tricks, by the way. So, yeah. Good for the opponent. They know what they're doing. Well, they know. They must have seen this before. I don't know. Yeah, because they're really thinking. Alright. Gemini Elf, Fire Sorcerer, Maiden of Moonlight, and Spirit of the Heart. Okay. Did not attack Dryad. Queen out. Alright. What's the threat of this move, chat? Well, the threat is just saying, hey, gimme. Takes, takes, takes. This is pretty obvious. We just take the bishop. As far as the best move. So, shut any of that nonsense down. Could get the knight out. We could get the bishop out. Yes, let's do it. Let's get the bishop out. Oh no, my rook. Oh no. Oh no. Not my rook. Don't take my pawn. That's actually a big mistake if they take your pawn, chat. Big mistake. Let's just... big mistake. One in chat if you think they're going to take this. 2 if you think they're going to play a random developing move. 3, they're going to play d4. Or 5, they're going to find the best move and play knight to f3. They randomly retreat the queen. I didn't throw that in there, but yeah, that is a... does Taya have a face down? She does. Okay, I gotta make sure this is not trap hole. Let's just summon stuffed animal. It is indeed trap hole, because we drew Gemini Elf for turn. Alright guys, we're gonna do what's called a bishop lift. Yes, that's only invented by Flood. But yeah. Boom boom. Now we got the diagonal. Defending with the knight. That's cool. Let's begin the turn. They're gonna castle soon. Is this a concern? Maybe. Should we fianchetto? Sure. I don't often fianchetto, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends. Alright, let's throw down... Oh, we drew Cosmo Queen. Sweet. Yeah, why not, right? I mean, it's not like Taya has Raigeki. I sacrifice Forgiving Maiden and Forgiving Maiden. Well then. Now I play the Queen of the Stars. Go. Cosmo Queen. Galaxy Crusher. Nice. Do we need the defense of the bishop here? Maybe. Well, let's just throw down a face down and end our turn. And we'll end the turn here. Alright. It's going well. Rook slide to e1, I would imagine. It's a pretty solid move. Alright, she switched everything to defense. Maybe I should just switch this light like this. That's a lot better. Okay, right, we have to get rid of Fire Princess in case she goes Marie. Fairy of the Fountain. BEA beautiful. Yep, our life points are now at 9 grand thanks to our Marie perishing to Gemini Elf like 5 turns ago. Alright. Yep. We'll go with Cosmo Queen, Galaxy Crusher. That's a good title for an episode. Complete the turn. I don't understand the purpose of this move. Oh, to shut down the bishop. Okay. Fair play, opponent. Fair play. Knight here. Good. We're just developing the pieces, chat. That's all we're doing. Let's go with Queen's double, sure. Let's clown a little bit. Alright, Fairy of the Fountain, destroy Maiden of Moonlight. Yeah, I prefer to always attack, like especially in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Goat Yu-Gi-Oh! Best to, like, if you know for sure you're going to KO a monster, KO that monster. And then you go for unknown random face downs, because you never know. Could be a Man-Eater Bug, could be a Yabba Dabba Doo, you know. So, wow, whoa, what a strange move. I mean, I guess they did just block this square from their knight. Wow, that just tastes wrong. I mean, I guess you can go here. That looks like a weird move. I mean, maybe you go back here to C2. Okay, I actually don't mind C2. That's a strange one, chat. Sorry, that one made me like pause the game in Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, that move don't taste right. You know what I mean? It really don't. Oh, are you stopping this bishop move in the future? Okay. If that's the idea, yeah, you want to stop this. I respect the hustle. That's like high level thinking. This is like a GM level move to stop this. Because does look, you know, maybe not now because I think there's some moves like even D3, but like in the future, if they like forget about this bishop move, that kind of makes sense. Castle or E6? I like E6. Well, yeah, let's not castle chat. Let's not commit. Let's go Dryad. We'll keep Gemini Elf in hand in case she plays Raigeki. But yeah. Alright, Queen's double, direct attack. She's down to like 5950. I know for sure Fairy of the Fountain's attacking Kanan, the Barbarian. Nice. Man, the animations in this game is so good. Alright, Dryad, try to get the one on the left. Ah, it's a Water Almatics, alright. No direct attacks this turn, that's fine. Alright, Cosmo Queen. Get rid of that. Order, lol. I got unlucky with the picks, but it's all good. Sure, we'll play Mulian Curie at this point. Why not? Alright. There we go. And we'll hit the turn. What's going on here? Yeah, just, I guess they're developing their bishop? Yes. So they played, okay. Yeah, let's play a random queen move, shall we? I like queen E7. Yeah, I like queen E7. We're basically playing like the hippo at this point. If you really think about it, we are. Alright, Fairy of the Fountain. Destroy all Almatics. Very good. Alright. Queen's double in the background. Direct attack. Yep. Alright. There we go. Bishop down. Yeah, that's pretty random, but okay. Let's just attack with... we'll try it. Baby Dragon. She does have some weak cards. Nice. Like Angel Witch right there. Yeah, we could castle Queenside. Ooh, Queenside. Wow. I actually like castling Queenside. Yeah, let's do it. Her pawns are pretty far advanced. Bait him. G5. G5. Oh no, my pawn. Oh no, my pawn. Whoops. I blundered, chat. Alright. Now, did we go G4? I think we do. Where does the knight go? I don't know. I don't know where the knight goes, actually. Okay. E5. Maybe. E5 looks good. E5 looks fantastic, actually. But I'd just take you right away. So. 10,000 life points for us. Yeah. They do E5. Takes. Let's see what they do. Let's go with. Alright, and we'll Queen's double for game. Takes, takes. Takes, takes. Maybe we just defend here. What do we got, Taya? Bolt Escargot, not too much. Alright, let's get into a triple duel. So I got something to focus on. So let's save. Say la vie. Recording's still good, so that's good. Alright. Triple duel. So we've not yet unlocked Yami Yugi, I don't think. So, yes. Do we have Yami Yugi? Let me check real quick, chat. We do not have Yami Yugi available. So let's go to triple. And let's put Yami Yugi at the end. And let's start with Shadi. Wish me luck, chat. Ah, as a disciple of Anubis, young one, my people have safeguarded tombs for millenniums. Behold my millennium key. This is another test. So prepare for a shadow game, you fool. I also have the scales. Are you feeling out of balance? Prepare yourself, young one, for I, Shadi, shall blah 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 blah. I am the guardian of the millennium items. Alright, set pass. Forgiving maiden. Mm-hmm. Alright. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Alright, check. I think it's our opponent's turn. It is. Good. I'm glad they're taking their time, because, yeah. Yeah, I cannot see for some reason. So, let's clean this up. Oh, it's just way bright. And I don't know why, but it feels that way. There we go. Oops. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's a bit better. What did he play? 2 face downs and another monster. Okay, let's go with stuffed animal. Bringing the knight in, huh? That's interesting. Stuffed animal, attack. Negate go. Negate attack. You'll never guess what this card does. Oh, let me guess. It negates your attack? No. What's the threat of the knight? I don't know. Maybe we pin it. Pin it to win it? I see the threat. I see. That's a sneaky move, chat. What's the threat of the knight? Well, number 1, you can recapture the bishop if I take. Cool. Number 2, this check right here is a little too good. So, we've got options to defend. We could castle. We could... We're just going to castle. Yeah, that check's a little too good, I have to say. That's a great move by the opponent, by the way. Let's see. Hey, you never know, chat. You never know. This could be a player that's rated like their true rating is like 1700, and they just haven't caught up. So, yeah. Or some people don't have time to play chess all day, and that's understandable. Millennium Shield. Wow, I didn't even realize this guy tribute summoned, but that's a big deal. Let's pass, I guess. Any traps from you, Shadi? Well, he does play a lot, so I'll set Royal Decree. There we go. Pass. Yeah. All right. What do you got, Shadi? He did set a trap. Oh, it's a black pendant. Okay, whatever. On Millennium Shield? Okay. And he tributes it. Okay, for another Millennium Shield, I'm guessing. That Millennium Golden? I think so, chat. He played the Golem, his signature monster. Go, Millennium Golem. Teach his Dale the lesson with your Millennium Eye. Oh no, my life points. Big mistake though, Shadi. You should have kept your 3,000 defense points monster because, well then. Now I sacrifice a stuffed animal, as well as, well then, this card, Forgiving Maiden. Cosmo Queen. Go, Cosmo Queen. Galactic Impact. Ha, I win. That's a signature attack thing. Alright, opponent's thinking. Good, I can focus on Yu-Gi-Oh! Ore no tan no Shuya da. Good move, good move. Good move with the knight. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, we don't want to trade, right? That would be really bad. You open the diagonal. Don't trade. We may have to trade because if I go here, they start pushing the pawns. Yeah, that's not good. What if I Zushin so take? Takes. Let me think. Takes. Well, I'm not gonna let them trade that. Maybe I just drop back a square. It's probably the safe move. Alright. I'm keeping my bishop, buddy. Opponent's playing pretty well, though. They haven't really blundered anything too big, so... set pass, Shoddy? Now, this guy does have Man-Eater Bug, Shoddy, so watch out. As well as, like, Cyber Jar, you know, Mulian Curie is good to see. Heal a little bit of life points. For the next... And this is a triple format, so all your life points carry over. In Dawn of Destiny. Let's check on some Chatteroni, by the way. Been a while since I did that. What do you say here, Vegeta? We good here in chat? Oh, we got like 3 or 4 people. Hi, folks. Let's check over here. Just snacking and eating some lunch, by the way. And then we'll go here. Okay. Everything's looking good to me. From what I can see, everything looks fine. What did he do? He just said a monster. Right, but I was talking about Man-Eater Bug and why you should be worried about it. What Gemini Elf? He doesn't have too many high defense monsters, but yeah, he has a few, you know, just 2 or 3 here or there. But yeah, everybody does, so yeah. Standard Dawn of Destiny. Yeah, so let's... He summoned a monster. I'll resummon a monster. Let's attack with... I think Gemini Elf's good here. He'll probably have Man-Eater Bug. Needleworm. Good. I'm glad we took the gamble. So we lose 5 cards, but yeah. No, this light's really bright. It's like right in my eye. But it does make the stream look fine. So that's what I care about. So, okay. Check on my YouTube as well. And we'll go back to the game. So they played Queen there, huh? That looks scary. I will admit. That looks scary. But just because it looks scary doesn't mean it is scary. Oh, that's a check. Ooh. We can't move. Oh, they're forcing the bishop trade. Wow. Yeah, that's a good move. Let's admit, I did not think of that one. Well, not much choice for us here. We gotta let the knight take. That was a good move by the opponent. Wow. So I basically wasted a move and let the queen in. Not too smart on my part. I know. It happens, chat. It happens. So, let's see. Yeah, castling queenside might have been a blunder, actually. I don't know. Well, we're going to find out, chat. We're going to find out. Well, and not taking this bishop is probably the bigger blunder, because we could have defended with the queen, but now you can't. Yeah, so... Yep, only move is to sack the queen, and then they get checkmate. I'll just let them do it. But yeah, not taking the bishop was the blunder. You remember earlier I had the opportunity to trade? That was the blunder. So, yep. Good game to the opponent. Wow, they played that extremely well. Extremely well. But yeah, our one blunder, just trade the bishop. I know you don't want to trade, but... And, like, let the knight take... Yeah, even though it looks bad. let them trade if they really want it. But yeah, pretty bad game by us, I must admit. Great game by the opponent. Whew, 87 accuracy. Well, I mean, a lot of that was straightforward, though. You know what I mean? Like finding that queen check, it's not that hard to do, honestly. Because after I moved the bishop back and tried to save it, that was just a free move. So, yeah. Okay, so we'll go with Cosmo Queen to attack. Yeah, I made that way too easy on him. So, yeah. Morphing Jar. That's a good card, honestly. We didn't play too bad. Like a 13? Man, like I said, yeah, it feels like their rating just hasn't caught up with where they truly are. Because they played that extremely well. 1850. Wow, wow. Well, I think we know where the blunders are. Not trading for the dark squared bishop and just letting it set there. That was a big mistake by me. And yeah, castling queenside. I knew that defended the knight check, but yeah, that was not good. So also, if you trade the bishop there, that undefends the knight check. See, you see what I mean? So that was my mistake. Yeah, that was a big one. All right, we'll do a d4, d5, e6. They're going to take the gambit. They're going to take it. Oh, they're thinking about it. Okay. Okay, they do take it. Good. All right, you guys know the sequence. Bishop c5, and it's the flood gambit. Gemini elf we get. Dryad we get. What else did we get? Oh, we lost Cosmo Queen. That's sad. All right, queen out is interesting. Let's just, yeah, let's go for this. So that would be a blunder. Let's not do that, Fled. Do we need to get the knight out? I guess. I mean, I don't like to get the knight out, but yeah, whatever. Oh, no, wait, we've got this move. What am I saying? What am I saying, chat? What am I saying? How could I forget about bishop to d5? Right. No face downs from Shoddy. I've got a lot of editing to do on this video, by the way. So I haven't been totally focused. Moonlight Maiden, attack mode. Alright. Alright, and we'll flip everything else up. This is a great diagonal, by the way. Alright, Gemini Twins attack. Shining Friendship. Okay, Shoddy. Did you win that from Taya? Maiden of the Moonlight. Lunar Blast. Right, and we win. Alright, this Dawn of Destiny run's going pretty well. Alright, we'll pick the obelisk statue. My journey may have come to an end, young one. Hopefully you will find what you're looking for. That is a blunder, I think. Let's see. Mostly because you're blocking your own dark squared bishop from developing. Ah, hello, mate. I will not go down easy. I'm Bakura. Nor do I expect you to. Let's duel, mate. Okay, whatever you say, Bakura. I guess this does let them play c4. Okay. Okay, you get a bit of a battery on a6, but what are you even hitting over there? Anyway, let's just develop some pieces. Let's defend the bishop. No, let's stop the checks. Defend the bishop or stop the checks? Let's stop the checks. Knight out. Because we do want to go bishop c5 at some point. What did Bakura do here? I summon Mohavilo, mate, in attack mode. This guy's pretty special because if you equip him with an equip card, he gets 500 more points, Flo. Very good, Shoddy. Very good. Alright, let's go with the queen check. Time Lizard, mate. Oh, he went with the axe, huh? Axe body spray? It's like a shower in a can. Nah, go Time Wizard. I gave this to my sister Serenity. Go, Time Roulette, go. I'm gonna go with Tails, as usual. Nah, say goodbye to Exodia. Your Mahavilo has now been time warped. Alright. Spirit of the Hop, attack mode. Good job, sis. Now I'm gonna have you attack him directly, buddy. Time roulette, time attack. And I like this because is castling Queenside a move? I believe so. I'm trying to think if I want to save this bishop or not, chat. It's a really tough decision, actually. Well, taking the bishop does hit the queen, so I don't think this works. Yeah, we had to save the bishop. I don't really don't want to, and I want to keep it on this diagonal, but it does pin the knight. Letting it hit the queen like that, though, that's just asking for trouble. Yeah. All right, we go back. We do have rook d8. We have rook d8. There's some good stuff here. What did he do? Play another face down. He didn't even attack. Alright, let's do it again. Time was it? Time roulette go. Oh, we failed. Alright, let's get this out with a tempo. Alright. Maiden of the Moonlight, get out of here, buddy. Go, Luna Blast. What's the other playing? Mirror Force? Oh, yeah, Wretched Ghost of the Attic. Mini Karibo. Alright, let's hit this right. That was silly. What you got? You got nothing. Alright. That's a legit move, I guess. Fire Sorcerer, Firestorm Blast. Maiden of the Moonlight, Luna attack. Turn. So, going after the pawn, huh? We could just defend it, you know. Just let him do it, Flood. Let him do it. Play knight. No, let him do it. Just let him. Got it. Yeah. Let him do it. Let's slide here. Get the bishop out of the way. Let him do it. Just let him do it. Let him do it. Take my pawn, buddy. Let's get Gemini Elf. The threat is bishop to d5, by the way. That's what we're working on. Fire Sorcerer, Firestorm. Magic Staff. You're good, mate. Whatever you say, McCrum. Whatever you say. Oh, it's clearly obvious who's the better duelist. You. Well, I can't wait till we meet Florence. Alright, Yami Yugi time. 333 with Serenity's deck. Here we go. Every deck has a chance to win, Flood. As long as you believe in the heart of the cause. Get ready for my Dark Magician. Now I play my Summon Skull. Let's duel. Bring it on, Yug. Alright, let's get some pieces out. They'll probably castle soon. Fairy of the Fountain. I don't think that's going to cut it against Yami. We'll set Aquamador. And we'll set Muyan Curie to bait the dust. Alright, they finally take it. Let's go here. Yes. This is threatening to go here. They can take. It's all good. Let's see. Yami Yugi has started. Now I'll start things with a clean slate. I summon Slate Warrior. See what I did there? Very clever, Yami. I summon Neo, the magic swordsman. Now I'll throw down a face down, well then, and I'll reveal the face down, Muyan Curie. Let's boost my life points by 200. Like I care. That's barely anything. Alright, you don't have to make fun of me. I'll end my turn. What do you got, Yug? I'll switch Slate Warrior to defense mode for no particular reason. And then I'll set a face down and end my turn. Alright, let's take with the knight, obviously. Now, I'll summon Hoshiningen. Since my Neo's a light monster, well then, this boosts him by 500 points. Meaning, go Hoshiningen, Star Shower on that slate. Now you're going to start with a clean loss, because well then. Alright, Neo, get this face down. What is it, Mystical Elf? The Celtic Guardian Eyeball. That's what I summoned. Wahahaha. Ooh, nice move by the opponent. They're going after this. Yikes. Now the only problem I see with this move is you can defend the knight with the knight. Yes, yes, yes. That's a good move. That's a good move. Knight to b4. What's happening here? I'll set a card and end my turn. Hope we draw another light monster. That would be nice. I guess they have a 3. Oh, we drew another Neo. Sweet. I summon Neo again. Another one? Yes, my mom lets me have 2. Now we could go twin-pronged attack here, which is interesting. I'll summon Genju Gatana, Gazelle, the king of mythical beasts. Defense mode. Ha, that's not enough, Yugi. Neo, attack him directly, buddy. Yeah, you're good. Hoshiningen, Star Shower Blast. Yeah, my life points. And you've only got 1,300 left. So much for being the king of games. Ha! Alright, chat, let's get out of this pin situation. So they castled. Interesting. I think we go here, chat. Yes, yes, yes. Hit the queen. Good. Ha! I'll throw down a face down and end my turn. Ha! You've just lost the game, King of Games. Because I've got a combo for you. Check it out. I summon one of Serenity's best cards. What? The Fire Sorcerer. Whenever this card's played, well then. Next, I activate two-pronged attack. This trap card's gonna blow you away. Because check it out. Well then. I'll sacrifice Aquamador and a Neo to destroy whatever your random face down is. Meaning I win, Yugi. Yeah, I can't believe it. I lost to Serenity. Mystical Elf, huh? Go, Fire Princess, direct attack. And with that, we win. Yeah, not bad, Serenity. So, obviously, here we have to take back with the knight. Takes. Big fancy trade. I kind of like that trade because this is an annoying thing as well. Do I want to allow the queen trade? This is not such a straightforward answer. I think the issue with this... No, they have to take my queen. What am I saying? Yeah, they kind of have to. Yeah, it's just a big fancy trade. Do I want to let them keep the queen is the real issue. I don't, no. You don't get to keep the queen. So they just took my knights. And if I take your queen, you're kind of obligated to take my queen with check. So let's do it. Big fancy trade, chat. Big fancy trade. Yeah, no. I lost Serenity. I guess she wanted to win much more than I did. 'Twas a great duel. Thanks, Yami-Yugi. And what we get? Nothing of note. I guess Hourglass of Life is kind of cool, but yeah. Let's go for the big fancy trade. And yeah, we can now duel Yami-Yugi in single duels. So that'll probably be the episode title name. We'll give him one quick duel with Serenity's deck, and then we'll call it an episode. Where art thou, Yami-Yugi? There you are. Let's duel, buddy. Every deck has a chance to win, Serenity. As long as you believe in the heart of the cards. Because that's a real thing. It's not like I'm cheating. Now, let's duel. Alrighty, let's go first. Knight out, good idea. Blocks this knight square. Let's attack the knight and develop. Do 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 do. Let's start with Spirit of the Heart. Face down. Your move, you. Man, I love the music versus Yami-Yugi. Is that a trade I'm okay with? Let's see. I activate my spell card. Now I sacrifice this. Pot of Greed lets me draw 2. Raigeki. Not bad, Yugi. Not bad at all. Well, I may want to retreat. They still have to move the knight, by the way. Good square. Yeah, that's pretty good. And now I'll play Beta, the Magnet Warrior. Not bad, you. I summon Neo. So he played Pot of Greed and Raigeki. King of Games, alright. Good stuff, good stuff. That is a... Okay. I'll throw down a face down. Sound familiar, Jaden? Hey, that's my line. All in my turn. Hoshiningen, attack mode. This boosts my Neo. Once again, you used the same combination last time. If you think the King of Games is going to fall for the same trick twice, you're sorely mistaken. I don't expect that. Hoshiningen, attack. Go, Geva, the Magnet Warrior. I hid this in defense mode. Alright, Yugi, show me that summon skull. Imagine if he actually summons it. I'll play nothing, and end my turn. Alright, Yugi, looks like you're on the back foot, buddy, and you've already played Raigeki. Now I'll summon Maiden of the Moonlight. Go, Lunar Blast. Yeah, that was a big damage. Go, Neo, direct attack. And Hoshiningen, Star Shower. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Thanks, Yug. I end my turn. Yeah, so he's just going after this pawn. Not big deal. Any forks? Spoons? I don't think so. We could take this bishop at any time. Let's not do that. Let's just poke at the knight, I think. The knight's gonna reroute eventually to a good square, so let's just go there. And we drew another Neo. Sweet. I summon him in attack mode. Shall I read the description? A dimensional drifter who not only practices sorcery, Yugi boy, but is also a sword and martial arts master. Sweet. I hope you don't have Cyberjar. Neo, attack. You got my Gemini elf. I could have summoned it and destroyed your Hoshiningen, but my AI is terrible in this game. Yeah, that would have been the superior play. Anyway, let's go Neo, and I think we just straight up win here, chat. GG. Oof. What shall we pick against Yami-Yugi? Raw, Obelisk, or Slifer? Not bad. That was a good attack. And we defeat Yami-Yugi in our first duel ever against him. So that's good. I'm proud of you. Your skills have greatly increased. I can see you'll make an excellent duelist. Indeed. Thanks, King of Games. Not a problem, Flood. Now, let's take... I'm feeling the Winged Dragon Raw. What do you got, Yugi? Not bad. He gave us one of the Magnet Warriors. We'll take it. He gave us a gamer. So. Alright, let's save. C'est la vie. And we have unlocked Yami-Yugi. Made some good progress. Has 225 cards. Let's go to La Biblioteca. Alright. So they're trying to develop the bishop and hit my bishop at the same time. Again, our knight can take it any time. You can't really develop here. I would just take you. So I believe a good move for us would be... You don't want to go here and trap the bishop, that's for sure. Let's just go all the way back. This isn't as bad as it looks. Yeah, I would love to have my rook on this side, but it's fine. This isn't too bad. Let's just show one of the cards we won from Yugi. And, yeah, he also gave us Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress. Where's that? There it is. Alright, but yeah, good episode, and the homework is done, so this thing has a really good flight animation. Go, Winged Dragon, Fireball attack. Alright, so we'll just kind of spin this thing around, and Yeah, homework is done. I might want to retreat my knight or trade it for the bishop. Yeah. So. I do like that we stopped D2 though. That's really good. Okay. Let's go. Ooh, we possibly have a really good move here, by the way. You guys want to pause? Well, we can finally develop with a tempo. So let's go bishop to G7. Yeah, that's really nice. By the way, have I missed some rook take moves? Let's see, because our rook's open on B4. So could I take? Could I? Not really, no. We've navigated this fairly well, this middle game so far. Nope. Okay, yeah, here you could have takes. Man, that would have been good, getting the rook to the second rank. Yeah, I might have missed a move, Chad. I might have missed a move, honestly. Hmm. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's a shame. Oh, there's a pin. All right. I'm surprised I noticed that pin. Well, they can go B3 and yeah, finally force the knight trade. Also develops the rook for free for them. So yeah, B3 is actually a very solid move because I do not want to retreat. So yep, and B3 is on the light square. So good move if they find it. I don't know if they will, but yeah. Alrighty, chat. Almost got the homework done. And yeah, I need to keep an eye on the time, by the way. Today I've got something very important to do IRL. So very, very important. Let's see if they found B3 or no. Don't know if they did. So they did not. I think we have a sequence to win a pawn. They're still thinking, yeah, yeah. This player seems to be make very good use of their time. They could be streaming like me, or you know, just be a very insightful player. Could be busy making lunch, or you never know, Chad. You never know. We do have some threats here, by the way. Some very good threats. Hmm? Oh, I'm gonna get this down. My TV. Oh, Chess Vibes is online. One of the that's one chess YouTuber I follow. Chess Vibes. I actually really like his streams. I may even stream right now just to go watch. Nice. Wow, there's not much happening on this site either, so hey, you know. Opponent's still thinking, I believe. Oh, they finally moved. They moved in the night. Okay. That's a good move. Wow, they noticed the threat. Wow. Yeah, they found it. Hmm. All right. Well, yeah. So I was trying to win a pawn there, but they are very sharp by the opponent. Um. Hmm. Okay. I think what I need to do. Hmm. We can close all these, by the way. I think. No. That's fine. Let's close this one. Yeah, and we'll close this one. Closing some of these tabs I was working on earlier, by the way. Close this one. Yeah, I think what we can do is got it. Okay. Okay, we got it, chat. We got it. Ooh, yeah, they just bring the other rook. Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, we've got to do it this way, I think. Even this way doesn't work. Maybe we just get the file at this point. Yeah, we do have a free move, so just grab the file. Yeah, I think this is a useful move. Any knight forks? Not that I see. Okay. Again, bishop's still limited. This is good. Okay. Yeah, that is a smart move, because this knight's been very annoying to them. That is a good one. Well, we've got options here. Okay, so I can take and mess up the pawns. And then jump the rook in. Okay. To E2. Uh, I could takes and then push G5. Yeah, let's just takes. I like getting the bishop. Let's just take the bishop. Yeah, that was a very annoying rook knight too because it was stopping rook E1 as well. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna miss that knight, but yeah, this knight was kind of a hero for a few turns. So gonna miss you, buddy. But yeah, they slide the rook over. That's probably a good move. Okay, let's poke at the knight. Now this is no longer a pin, by the way, so we might as well take it. Yeah, let's take that before I forget, because it's no longer a pin. Okay, interesting move. They just go back. I guess now we're pinned. You could have just taken back this pawn, though. That I don't get. Not really sure about that move. The issue I'm seeing with this move, by the way. Oh, they're threatening this fork. Okay, okay, I got you. Okay, okay, we figured it out, Chad. We figured it out. Yeah, let's just go here. Little Zwishins look, I guess. Forward or back? Um, here feels safer. Yeah, this feels virtually safe. They can take it with the knight or the rook. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that was just a nice Zwishins look to try to make sure I was still awake. What up, man? uh, yeah, going with you. By the way, oh, you just got off. Oh, so I need to find my own right. Okay, I got you. Oh, not a problem, man. Not a problem. Oh, thanks for letting me know, I guess. Okay. I guess we'll just go here. Hmm. Wow. It doesn't really matter. We'll just go here. Hmm. Here, here. Yeah, this is just good for them. Yep. That's a good sequence. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. You definitely don't want to step there, that's for sure. Actually, is this a problem? I don't think so. Maybe. Not really, though. This is technically not a problem. As strange as it sounds, it's not. It's literally not a problem. Hmm. But yeah, it's a strange looking move, but there's no good checks with the knife. So that I see. Yeah, they just go back. Okay. And on that one, we just chill here. Yeah. Okay. Yep, we just chill. Chill right there. Block the pawn. Good move. Defend the rook from the other rook. Okay, they're gonna rook trade. Very good. I mean, they're ahead. Don't want them. I would as well, to be honest. TBH. Okay, they just go with a that. Go here. Yeah, very good, very good. Let's go here. Good. All right, we've got to migrate kind of and defend this guy. Ooh, how's that for a move? Keeps him tied down for a bit. I like this move. Ooh, keeps the knight tied down. Okay, I don't think they saw it, chat. Nope. No, they definitely didn't see this one. Takes with check. Yeah, they played a little too fast right there. I guess is G2 a move? I guess. Wow. Wow, the elusive King Fork. The only issue I'm seeing, there is no issue actually. Okay, okay, that kind of is an issue. We can get 3 pawns for the rook. It's not bad actually, all things considered. Ooh, actually that doesn't work, does it? Rook check. Keep the rook. Rook check, go behind. Nope. Yeah, let's just take this way. I'm okay with this. They take with the knight, I take the pawn. Yeah, 3 pawns for the rook. They take with the king, I take the knight. Yeah, okay. 3 pawns for the rook, we'll take it. This is fine. Three pawns for the rook, chat. Well, they are blitzing out the moves now. Let's go back. They are blitzing. I guess they're trying to flag me. I don't know. They weren't playing this fast before, I tell you that. All right, Chad. And because yeah, I may need to So I was counting on a different form of transportation. Yeah, I may need to catch the bus over there. So I've got something important to do IRL today. Yeah, and that would give me time to like shower and whatnot. Yeah, I may need to. Let me think about this. What time is it right now? Okay, no, I think we're okay. Let's see. I just need to make sure I don't miss the. I really need to make some calls, is what I should do. Make sure I have a ride over there. So, yes, that's what I should do. Alright. Well, let's see what they played here. And let's move makes some sense. Yeah. Pin the knight. Knight still pinned. Let's go over here. Good, good, good. We're trying, chat. We're trying. All right. Nice little check there. A little bit of an in between. So the issue is you can't. Ooh, I should have taken. Yeah, now they get the. That's a nice move, actually. Might as well take the pawn. Nice move by the opponent there. And that'll probably do it, honestly. Yeah, that's basically GG's. We can resign here. So. All right. GG's to the opponent. We'll just yeah. You kind of need the bishop or something there to draw it out. So yeah, that looks pretty bad. So, but yeah, yeah. And I was just talking about ending the stream. So yeah, sorry about the title. I didn't really get to play too much Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, due to IRL, I'm gonna end stream here proactively and just make sure we have enough time to do the important stuff. So yeah, see you guys next time, and stay sharp, shuffle well. Uh, Stay sharp, shuffle well. Stay sharp, shuffle well. What are these two cards? Stay sharp, shuffle well. Uh, Fusion Destiny. What is this? Critias? Oh, nice. Take care. Pulled like